I was prepping my salad mix for the week or the next few days and thought this is a perfect opportunity to show you what I do. So I always make a rainbow salad, so it's hard to see the different colors. There's a shredded green cabbage, purple cabbage, there's carrots, and even radishes in here. And so all of these are really hard vegetables, carrots, cabbages, and radishes. And so they're hardy. They're gonna last several days. I put them through, I have the new Cuisinart with the chute, and so I put it through and it shredded it. And you can see it's pretty finely shredded, maybe a little too finely shredded. It'd be great for kimchi or sauerkraut. Anyway, I can just top salad mix. I love to buy like spring mix, or we grow it on our farm. Hopefully you grow it as well. And then I'll put this on top of there, and then I can add my other vegetables. And so I'm gonna be adding some rainbow. I'm gonna add more color through my bell peppers. So here are just some mini bell peppers. What a great way to add color. I wish I could get some purple mini bells. Does anyone have purple mini bells? If you do, let me know. I would love that. This is my compost. I throw my compost out instead of throwing it down the drain. I use that as compost. So I'm just cutting around these mini bell peppers, and this is gonna add color. So we wanna have all the different colors in every meal if possible. Start wherever you are. If you're not looking at colors yet, then, you know, during the day, say, oh, what color am I missing? So if we look at this, it's just, looks like purple, white, and orange. We can't even see the red radishes, right? And so if I add the red from these peppers, that's gonna give me some red. And then I have orange already, but I do have these yellow bell peppers, so I can add yellow. So now I have red, orange, yellow, green, if you can count that, but I'll top my spring mix, which will have green and purple probably. So I give me my green. So red, orange, yellow, green, and then we have the purple from the cabbage. And then I could also use some purple onion. That would be great as well. So I'm just topping my salad mix with this. So you can see this is a giant bowl. This will go in my fridge, and then every day I just, whatever my leftovers were from last night, I put it on top or have it on the side. So I have a salad with leftovers every day for lunch, and it's just wonderful. My body even craves it now. So when I travel, I'm like, oh, I need my salad. And what restaurant can you go to that's gonna have all of these wonderful vegetables, right? So you don't need to watch me chop all of these peppers. So I'm gonna show you what else I do every 3 to 4 days when my salad starts to get low. I shred it. Now, if I don't have time to shred it, I don't wanna clean all this up, buy an organic shredded mix already. There's so many different cabbage slaws. Broccoli slaw is great too, so super easy. You just wanna make sure you're adding some colors to it. And so that's where I got distracted earlier. So if you're looking at your breakfast, are there any colors in your breakfast? Add some mixed berries. I love the frozen mixed berries and cherries. Now, this time of year, we can get them fresh, which is fabulous. But if I do something like that, you know, the mixed berries and cherries, I have the red and have a purple, I have a blue, and almost a black color, right? So those wonderful colors, which means later in the day, unless I have a green smoothie, I'm gonna need some greens. I have my greens in my salad, right? Where's my red? I can have tomatoes, I can have red bell peppers, I can have a tomato sauce tonight, you know, marinara or something like that. And so just think through your day, how can I fit in all these different colors? So I got distracted. So the other thing that I make every 3 to 4 days is a salad dressing. I like to have 2 or 3 salad dressings in the fridge and a cheese. I use that loosely. You can see in my videos, I have several different cheeses that I like to make. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of water here. So this is just a 1 cup measuring cup. And so that's probably 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of water. Do I care? No, it doesn't have to be exact. I'm gonna put about the same amount of apple cider vinegar. And then I'm gonna put about the same amount of, and today I'm using tahini. You could use sun butter, sunflower seed butter. You could use almond butter. You could use any of those. There's gonna be a great way to make it nice and creamy. If you don't want it creamy, leave it out. You don't want to use apple cider vinegar. I use the one with the mother. That is a live product, right? I could use lemon juice. I could use lime juice. I could use orange juice. Many of those if I want a vinaigrette. I like it creamy. I could also add it to these different flavors. And so in here, I have equal parts tahini, which is made from sesame seeds. And it just came out of the fridge, so you can see it's nice and thick. Water, and then apple cider vinegar or some other acid. So your lemon, your lime, your orange, whatever. And so this is a pretty neutral tasting salad dressing right now. We have the sesame seed flavor, we have the vinegar or lemon or lime or orange. And then we have the water, right? And so we can flavor it up however we want. If we're using something like tahini, which is sesame seeds, then you think, what else goes with sesame seeds? It could be Asian. I could add some coconut aminos. If you're not familiar with that, it tastes a lot like a teriyaki sauce, but much cleaner. It doesn't have any gluten or added sugar. So that would be great, give you an Asian flavor. You put a little sesame oil, a little coconut aminos, and you may want a little salt. You could make it Italian flavored, maybe like a creamy Italian. I love a creamy Italian, so that's what I'm gonna do today. And so I forgot to get a little measuring spoon. I think I can reach across and grab one. I'm gonna be adding a quarter to a half a teaspoon of salt. If you're salt free, then you could use a green salt, you could use celery or something like that. You don't have to use salt. I love a mineral salt. If you're someone who is always stressed out, the adrenals need salt. And so I do use salt in my foods. I'm one of those people who's just generally stressed a lot. I'm working on it. We're all a work in progress, right? So I'm also going to be adding a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. I could use a fresh garlic clove, but sometimes that is a little sharp in a salad dressing. And so if you do, you want kind of a small one and get used to tasting it. And then I'm going to add some onion powder. And then I just need to add some Italian spices. So I just happen to have some basil here with me. I don't have any oregano, but I'm gonna add a teaspoon of basil, and then you could add some thyme or any of those other things. And the last thing I do, I just cap it all up and I give it a nice shake. I can just shake it up like this, shake it really good. I could use a whisk, it doesn't matter what I use. Give it a nice shake in here and make sure you label it so that you remember what you made. So I have my rainbow salad, which I will finish chopping those peppers. And then I have my salad dressing as well. Anyway, if you like this video, let me know, subscribe, share your tips as well. What are the best ways to eat whole food plant-based? I would love to hear from you. Thank you for listening.